Hi everyone, and welcome to this past partner newscast, where we will update you on all the exciting things happening at Umbraco HQ. We have a lot to share with you, as we have invited key people from our different teams to tell about the most important thing happening in their teams. But before we jump to the agenda, let's just make a short presentation of the Suits team, so you know who your main contact at Umbraco HQ is.
Hi, I'm Arnold Visser, and I'm mainly responsible for the Benelux market.
Hi, I am Mike Peterson. I am partner manager for the UK and Irish market.
And my name is Helle Kravlund, and I am partner manager for our Scandinavian markets.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jake Compton, and I am the partner manager for the northern half of the U.S.
Hi, everybody. I'm Patrick Thompson, and I am in the southern U.S. and Canada markets.
And recently, we also added Spiro to our team as we opened up an office in Australia.
Hi, everyone. My name is Spiro Pisas. I'm the partner manager for Australia and New Zealand. I also do a little bit of work where needed across Southeast Asia. I've only been on board for a month, and it's just been amazing. So I'm here just to say hello. You guys can put I guess a face to the name, and certainly if you need anything, please reach out. I'll be more than willing to try to get involved with your businesses and see where I can help and add value. Or if you just want to say g'day and introduce yourself and see how we can work with each other. So yeah, please don't be a stranger, and looking forward to connecting with everyone over the next few weeks. Take care.
So this is what the agenda looks like. First up, we have Anders, who will give you an overview of the current situation at Umbraco HQ. Next up, Mike will share some general information and important dates to remember. Then we have Jake, who will introduce support reseller packages to you. Arnold will talk about our upcoming release of Deploy on Premises. Then you will meet one of our new teams at Umbraco HQ called CAT Team. Martin from Marketing Team will give you an update on what they are working on. Philip, our program manager, will give you a product update and also have a look at the roadmap. And then Ilham will update you on relevant community stuff. And then finally, Gabriel will talk to you about upcoming training courses, etc.
Hello, my name is Anders Sorensen. I'm head of Suits, which today is partner management, new sales, support sales, and cloud onboarding. 4 years ago, Suits was only counting 2 people. Now we are 15, and most of these are in partner account management. Here at Umbraco, we work through partners, we work through you, and dear partners. The last year has been a strange one. Fortunately, most of you have come through with a good result, but I do feel very much with the ones of you that has been hurting because of COVID and being in the wrong sectors. We've tried our best to help out where we could, and it seems like we can see the end of all the lockdowns as the vaccines is being rolled out. At this very moment, we're being audited, and books for 2020 is closing, the financial books. And it looks now like Umbraco top line increases another 20% from the previous year. And thinking back of March a year ago, where pretty much everything stopped, I would have sold it for less. But we got back on track, and this year we are very ambitious again. We started out the year really good, and as I mentioned earlier, we are most people in partner management. This year, we have opened an office down under, as Spiro Pisas is our new colleague covering the Pacific area with main focus on Australia and New Zealand. Spiro work out of Sydney, and finally, we can give that market the love that it deserves. I know both myself and our chief support hopes that this area will take off as fast as we see from other regions where we started to have dedicated colleagues on ground. And with this, hopefully also in near future, we can have support staff in that time zone. And speaking of other regions, with dedicated people, US has so much proven its potential. Starting an office 1st of Jan last year wasn't easy, as we didn't have any people in it a couple of months later. We still had the office, and now we actually have 3 people working out of US. And that has doubled the partner range in US in the last 12 months. And a warm welcome to all of you new partners. In general, we welcome a lot of new partners to Umbraco. Lots is coming from other known platforms, where it's been very clear that a good alternative was and still is needed. As we work through partners, we work through you, and we will continue our best to develop the program and support each other. Today, as you just heard Helle announce a couple of minutes ago, the agenda, we have a lot of our mind, and we are very excited for 2021, which has started out really great. Thank you all for watching, and enjoy the rest of this newscast.
Yes, and I will start with telling you about some of the new partner benefits that we have added to the 3 different partner tiers that we offer, as well as some other relevant news. For a complete overview of all the benefits, you can see that on our website. And for our Gold partners, you can find a detailed benefits white paper when you log into your Gold partner portal. To start with, for new benefits for partners, we have included Umbraco Uno onboarding and training. For all partners, we have also decided to include partner discounts on all 3 cloud services, including Umbraco Uno, Umbraco Cloud, and Umbraco Hardcore. And this is relevant for all of our cloud powerhouses, certified partners, and Gold partners. We have made marketing collateral available for all partner tiers, and Martin from our Coma team will mention more on this later. We have 2 commercial benefits related to Gold partners only added. One is case study webinars, where we now offer a case study webinar with all published case studies, as well as joint webinar participation from HQ. In terms of events, we have 3 days coming up in June, so a few events crammed into the same period. We've got Code Garden from the 9th to the 11th of June, where we will have the Gold Partner Summit started on day 0 on the 9th of June, together with the Umbraco Awards. So please remember to submit your case by the deadline, which is May 7th. Of other news, I can mention that we are bringing back the partner section to the top level of Umbraco.com. We've also added a trust center at the footer of Umbraco.com for any GDPR related and legal questions. So please remember to visit that. We have introduced a new Umbraco by industry page, which currently includes the public sector and the healthcare sector. We will work on more sectors to come, but please help us if you know of any or have any cases relevant for this section. We've also initiated the Technology Partner Webinar Series, and you can find previous webinars under the App Partner profile or on the Umbraco HQ YouTube channel. Thank you.
Yep, and we have some exciting news for our Gold partners for the year 2021, and that is our support reseller packages. And this is something, if you do have Gold, or if you do have clients that may need support beyond what is offered from the Gold Partner Support Plan, or if you would like your clients to be on just a separate support plan, so your Gold Partner support is internal, then you are able to now do so. So you can resell the support that we offer as Umbraco HQ to your clients. That support's still offered directly by us. So it's not you having to invest any more time into that support. We still handle all of that. So it is saving time for you. But a real beauty of it is it's a 50-50 split of the revenue with our gold partners. So split evenly between the two, which is a great incentive for you. And you're probably asking, well, what are we splitting? As you can see here, you are able to customize the response time and the response hours, as well as choose between regular office hours or if the support is to be needed 24/7. And you can see, I don't need to read each individual one, but as you can see the breakdowns here, and those will be split again 50-50. More news to come on this, but I'll pass it over to Arnold.
We know this is a tool you've been asking about a lot, and yes, we postponed the launch a few times, but I'm proud to announce that on the 25th of March, we are releasing Umbraco Deploy on-premise. For those of you who are not using Umbraco Cloud, Deploy is a tool to transfer code and content between environments. For example, local development to live website or from staging to your live website. So content can be transferred forward, but also be transferred back. So if you're doing some debugging on a local instance, you can get the same content as your customer has problems with your live environment. So Umbraco Deploy has been battle tested for years on Umbraco Cloud. And if you're familiar with it on our cloud platform, it works exactly in the same way. It's even the exact same version number. And with this new release, there comes a dashboard to see your deployment status, and you can also trigger certain deployment functions. Now, talking about pricing. Umbraco Deploy is meant for those projects that cannot be hosted on Umbraco Cloud or need a different deployment pipeline than Umbraco Cloud offers by default. For our gold and certified partners, there's special pricing. And to celebrate the launch, we have a special intro discount available. Prices are a one-time fee. And if you want to keep support and updates after the first year, there's a subscription fee for that. We are looking forward to see your projects using Umbraco Deploy.
Hi there and welcome to the Cloud Activation team. My name is Mahmoud and I'm the team lead on the CAT team. Today I have the honor of introducing you to the team and what we can do for you. In the Cloud Activation team, we have me, Mahmoud, Frederick, Andrea, and Dimitri. And we are all experts in Uno, Cloud, and Hardcore. So questions like, how do we build an awesome website in Uno in no time? How can your development team benefit from Umbraco Cloud? And how can you build an omnichannel solution with our headless CMS, Hardcore? Well, we can help you out with that because we conduct one-to-one demos with your team where we go through all of these features within the products and get your questions answered straight away. At the end of each session, we hand you over a free sandboxed project for you to try it out for yourself. We've already helped many partners and agencies across the world, so don't hesitate to reach out to us because we are ready to help you all. You can contact us on cat@umbraco.dk or simply schedule a meeting through the Cloud Activation team as website. By the way, the Cloud Activation team website is built in Uno in less than 2 hours. Can't wait to see you all on the next Cloud Activation session. Have a great day.
Hello, my name is Martin, and I would like to take you through what's going to happen in Umbraco in 2021 from a marketing perspective. I am the daily leader of the marketing and communications team on Umbraco, and I'll spend around 5 minutes on taking you through, starting with a shift in focus and moving on to how we will be focusing more on verticals and focusing on integrations, how we'll be adding more collateral for partners, and how product comparison sites are becoming increasingly more important, and a bit about why and how you can help. So to begin with, I want to cover this shift in focus that we are going through right now. In Umbraco, historically, what we've been explaining Umbraco as being is a tool that you can build almost anything with, and that only your imagination sets the limits for what can be achieved. And while that is true, it's also very difficult to create images in people's heads based on this and to create an idea of what you can in fact build with Umbraco. So instead of doing that, we want to focus more on what specifically you can do with Umbraco. And in that way, hopefully create some stronger images. So now what we are working towards is to explain how specific sectors can benefit from Umbraco and showing some very concrete examples of that. What integrates into Umbraco, and also talking very specifically even about standards such as the WCAG accessibility standards and so on and so forth. So we can really go into talking about stuff that matters more to the end users. That's where we are headed. We are not quite there yet. To be frank, we are quite far from being there, but we are working in that direction across all our media, and you'll be seeing some changes regarding that coming up in 2021. Then last year we started our vertical focus, and we already have the first two verticals live. We have a healthcare and public sector section live on Umbraco.com, and we will use this as a way to create an increased focus in what we can communicate instead of, again, just saying that you can build anything with Umbraco. We are talking specifically to these industries. And we are already seeing some great results from that. So we are seeing an uptake or an increase in the uptake of healthcare and public sector leads already. So more of that will come, and the next sector will be selected in collaboration with the goal partners. And we will, of course, focus on where we see that we already have some traction and Umbraco is already being put to good use with the help from the goal partners. And I'm collaborating with Anders in the sales team to send out a survey about that soon. We are also going to change the focus a bit, or add to the focus. So when we are talking about Umbraco, we've been talking about it as a best of breed product, and it is. But what does that in fact mean? Does it mean that you only are supposed to use Umbraco? No, definitely not. It means that you can use Umbraco for the CMS part, and then you can use other solutions to connect and integrate into your business. And historically, Umbraco hasn't been great at showcasing that, and we want to change that. So there will be in 2021 an increased focus on what is currently Umbraco apps, integrations with Umbraco, and showcasing how you can connect Umbraco to other parts of the business. And then we will work this into case studies as well, so that when you're browsing Umbraco cases, you will not only be seeing what Umbraco was used for, but also which integrations were used and how that fit into the bigger picture, showing the true strength of what best of breed is. Then we are also working on adding more partner collateral. Currently, gold partners have access to a partner portal on Umbraco.com. We want to expand on that and add more collateral. And we also want to give all partners access to some of this content. So what that means is that also certified and registered partners will have access to download collateral at a gated section of Umbraco.com. And obviously gold partners and certified partners will get the most material. Then I want to show you over here our focus on review sites. We are focusing on review sites for a couple of reasons, but the most important is that when people are looking for a new CMS, what we have found in surveys is that they are most often finding their knowledge on review sites such as Capterra and G2. And as a consequence, we've invested quite a lot of time and money into these platforms. So just to let you know, at the moment we are focusing on two. There are a lot of platforms. We are focusing on Capterra and G2. And we are doing this in order to, get a more significant presence here and getting some more reviews on these platforms. And of course, the end goal is to have the profiles on these review sites reflect what users actually think of Umbraco and finished Umbraco implementations. At the moment, we don't have as many reviews as we would like. And that's what I will end this presentation by saying, that I would really love for you to send your customers into specifically the G2 profile and review Umbraco and what they think of Umbraco. What that will do then is it will help us climb towards the top of the list of web content management software, and through that become more visible to potential clients browsing this site. We of course would like to be in the very top, but for now I'm satisfied if we can just climb a few places. So that's all for me. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Philip and I'm the program manager for Umbraco CMS, and I'm here to give you a quick product update. I'll talk to you about Umbraco Cloud, deploy on premises, give you an update on Umbraco for .NET Core, and end up by talking a little bit about versioning and support. So Umbraco Cloud, we want to be the best place in the world to run Umbraco. We've been in business for some years now, and we're taking the next step in that journey. We're doing that with a move to Azure App Services. We already introduced Umbraco ID, which will give you a single sign-on experience between your Umbraco back office and the cloud portal. We are migrating everybody to a blob storage facility so that we can have better performance and more scalability. And we're deepening our partnership with Cloudflare, and they'll be managing host names, certificates, and of course, we're still utilizing their CDN services as well. For cloud, of course, a bit of cloud is really the deploy experience. And now we're bringing that to outside cloud. So if you're in a project that cannot be in Umbraco Cloud for some reason, the secret sauce of the user journey in cloud is really the ability to not only deploy your files and code, but also deploy transfer content from one environment to the next or back downstream. And we're releasing that as a separate product, deploy on premises. We've had a Gold Partner exclusive preview of it available, and this month we're working on the final polishing and docs of it, and we expect to ship at the end of this month. A quick update on Unicore as well is that we are looking into a beta in April. We postponed it a little bit to make sure that we don't ship ahead of time before we're ready. So we still had to make some ends meet on Examine and members. But the good thing is that you can start working on your packages already, with namespaces being migrated and the package system as well. You're ready to start migrate your package already. If you'd like to, you can use the nightlies, and you can find all that information on the blog. We still expect to have a release candidate for around Code Garden, and we would really appreciate it if you'd take the time, if not sooner, then at least when we hit a release candidate, to help us out, to test it, to make sure that the actual release can be stable and ready for production from 9.0. We expect to ship 9.0, the final version where everything is migrated, in late August of 2021. And speaking a little bit of migration, we would encourage that you still work on V8. The changes between 8 and 9, so 8 and Unicore, is non-existing in the database, which means that any content working on 8 can be just used on 9 directly. So content migration should be straightforward. Of course, your packages and all your custom code will still have to be rewritten. But we think this is a doable upgrade and something you should consider. So for now, we would still say start your projects on 8, but in the coming months, it should be it's an option for you to start on 9 directly if you want to after the beta is released. And a couple of words on Umbraco for enterprises. Umbraco has historically been mid and lower market, but we're seeing more and more interest from the upper markets as well. I want to just mention a couple of the initiatives we're doing for enterprises and big customers that, of course, also influences on everybody else. So we are moving to semantic versioning, which means that it's going to be very clear what versions contain. So when a new version ship, just by looking at the version number, you'll be able to see when is it a breaking change, when is it a new feature, or when is it just a fix. And they will be releasing fixes, of course, as we go along, but minor releases on a fixed cadence every 6 weeks, and will ship new majors every 6 months. So no more shipping, waiting years between 7 and 8 and 8 and 9. We'll have 10 about 6 months after 9 comes out, and 11 another 6 months after that. That should mean that upgrades are a lot easier because they'll be much smaller in scope. But if you don't want to upgrade, if you're on a project that's stale maybe, or that will wake up at a later stage, we're introducing now long-term support for a selected few of our major versions. And I actually brought a slide with this as an example. So you see that 10.x is going to be long-term support, which means that even after 11 comes out, after the first 6 months, we'll still have another, so 2 full years where we're supporting it, where there's bugs being fixed and security issues, of course. And even after that, we'll have another 12 months of what we call the security phase, where we still fix security bugs as they're found and fixed. So that will mean that even if you don't want to upgrade from 10 to 11 to 12 and so on, you can continue from 10 and jump until the next LTS, and you still have 12 months to do the upgrade. So we hope this will make it very easy to reason about and make it easy for you to build projects on the web that you know are supported from us. And this aligns very well with the .NET LTSs from Microsoft. So your entire stack should be on support for at least 24 months after the LTS is released. And with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all your work on our platform. Everything you contribute back to the core. We really, really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Hello, my name is Ilham, and I am Community Engagement Officer at Umbraco. Really glad to be sharing with you today some information around the work that we do with the community and how we nurture and sustain this amazing Umbraco community. But before we delve into the how of things, I'd like to introduce you to the structure that we've adopted internally and that we have set up for all community-related work. We have recently initiated the concept of community happiness team. I would say that it's not your typical team, as it's more of a way of working within HQ. We have different people from all departments working together under the community happiness team umbrella. So, for example, the community team stewards who lead the community teams are people coming from other departments within HQ. Same goes for developer advocates who engage with the developers in the community and make sure their voices are heard within HQ. And on the side, we have support functions around making the community-generated content visible and available on our community website, as well as providing the needed support to event organizers, be it meetups or larger conferences and Umbraco festivals. And all this work that we do is actually structured around 4 focus areas: events and community projects, product and feedback, co-creation, and recognition. We are very much aware that the interactions within the community are a great driver of knowledge sharing and building a healthy and strong connection for the different community members. And that's where the role of events falls in. So within this focus area, we make sure that the organizers get the help they need and an easy access to our resources. We also support initiatives and projects that are led 100% by community members. You might be familiar with the Umbraco Coffee YouTube channel, for example, or Script Magazine, among many other community initiatives. So we try to enable these community leaders Usually they are quite independent and drive the initiatives on their own, but whenever and if they need any help, we make sure to step in. I mentioned earlier the importance of feeding back input from the community, and that's something that we cover through being responsive to pull requests that are submitted to the core, the documentation, if there are issues that are highlighted in the issue tracker, or in the case we open requests for comments. That's a great way for us to capture all the feedback from the community. We also do monthly office hours, what we call community office hours, where we answer questions from the community, as well as more of a high-level type of discussion during roundtable discussion sessions. So along with the feedback that we collect, we also work closely with community leaders within what we call community teams. We have currently 5 community teams, 4 of which were initiated and are driven by Umbraco HQ, but 1 happens to be 100% community driven, and that's the accessibility team. It's a really great program where we get to work closely with very active community members. And of course, with all this work, we cannot go without thinking about recognition. And that's why it's an important area of how we manage our work around nurturing the community. So we run the infamous MVP program. I guess it's a program that some of you might be familiar with or have heard of. Through which we try to celebrate community leaders and very active community members. For those of you who don't know the MVP program, MVP stands for Most Valuable People, and the program has evolved in the last couple of years from a simple recognition title to a full-on collaboration between the MVPs and HQ. So we offer early access to information, an interesting set of benefits, and also the possibility for the MVPs to build on the skills that they have or the skills that they would like to acquire. We have also recently launched the Gold Partner Contributor Badge, a way for us to recognize the work that the agencies do around promoting the importance of getting involved in the community. And we do a monthly spotlight called Your Profile, where we highlight community members who are either new to the community or have been active part for many years now. I hope this super brief presentation helped you get an understanding of how we go about working with the community. I would recommend you visit community.umbraco.com. There is more resources there. You will learn more about the different initiatives that I mentioned. And you can see if you can find areas where you can get involved. And you are very welcome to reach out directly on community@umbraco.com. I will be more than happy to chat and hear from you. So thank you so much for your time. I hope this was an interesting watch for you.
Hi there, my name is Gabriel and I'm the team lead of Umbraco Training. In this short video, I would like to share with you 4 news around the training team, so you can have an overview of what happened in the first 3 months of 2021 and what we are going to work throughout the rest of the year. I have a slide deck prepared and each news has a slide, so I'll go through them one by one. Let's get started. The very first thing that I would like to share is about our first on-demand course called the Umbraco Accessibility Course. It has been released 1 month ago and it has been created in collaboration with our gold partner Sigma, now known as Nexer. Did you know that 1 in 7 people have a long-term disability, and to help some of these people use the web, certain features and implementations need to be in place on the website. It's a 2 hours beginner course on how to make your Umbraco website more accessible for your visitors, make you more aware of what accessibility means and why it's important. And a part of that, the course covers things like how to make your HTML, CSS, and JavaScript more accessible, and also gives you access to an extensive list of tools and resources to explore beyond the course material. The course appeals to developers, project managers, or even product owners that want to know more about what is accessibility, why it matters, and how to implement certain features into their Umbraco site. You can find more about the course on our website on umbraco.com. Next on the list, it's a new skill course that we are aiming to release in the second part of this year, and that's the Umbraco Hardcore training course. The goal of the course is to get a complete understanding of best practices, workflows, and how to work with Umbraco Hardcore pretty much. The course will appeal to developers with or without knowledge about Umbraco, looking for a headless CMS. We are still working on the format of the course, therefore more information about the format and the official launch date will be provided within the next couple of months. Oh yes, this is quite exciting. Since with the new release of Umbraco 9 in August, this also means we are working on updating all of our training material to the new version of Umbraco. Furthermore, to make the transition as smooth as possible between versions, for those of you that are or will be certified in Umbraco 8 this year, there will be bridging videos for some of our training courses. The great thing is that if you bought Umbraco 8 courses since March 4th, 2021 and onwards, you will automatically get access to the associated Umbraco 8 to 9 bridging courses when they are available later this year. And finally, the Gold Partner Academy 2021. This year, we will conduct the Umbraco Extending the Back Office training course. The Academy will be available in 2 time zones, EU and US. EU will be on the 7th of June, and then the US one will be available on the 8th of June. You can find the sign-up form on our website. And that's all. This is what I wanted to share with you from the training team. Until next time, cheers and Umbraco love.
Thank you for watching. Please don't hesitate to reach out to one of us if you have questions or comments to anything you heard today. If you want to book your next training course, book a demo of one of our cloud offerings, or anything else that comes to your mind. Once again, thank you for watching.